Spurs boss Ange has stated that the players need to push themselves for this coming season. Dominic Solanke on his move to Tottenham Hotspur. Bissouma has stated, I'm sorry, it was a severe lack of judgment. And Sky Sports have stated that Spurs could sign another attacking player later on in the window.
Chris Cowlin. Fan cams. Club news. Transfer news. Match previews. Legend interviews. Spurs winning. Press conferences. Covering everything Tottenham and England.
Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. So let's start with the official news. On Saturday, it was officially announced by Tottenham Hotspur that Dominic Solanke has signed for the club from Bournemouth on a 6-year deal. His contract will run until 2030. Dominic Solanke has come out and said it means so much to sign for a club like Tottenham. It's everything I've wanted, really. It is a magnificent club, a huge club with ambitions that match mine, so I'm delighted to start and meet all the boys. What excites me most about the club is how ambitious it is. It has a great manager, great players, and I feel like it suits my style of play as well, so I can't wait to get started and do my stuff on the pitch. Solanke then went on to say, I think the club has got great depth throughout the squad, the attacking options are great, and I think that that's what a top club needs, so I'm really looking forward to playing with those players, competing with them, and hopefully we can achieve great things. Obviously Heung-min Son is a fantastic player. He's been doing what he's been doing in the Premier League for many years now, and there's many players, like I mentioned before, throughout the whole team that have got great qualities. At a big club like Tottenham, you expect to be around great players, and I'm looking forward to mingling with them. Dominic Solanke then spoke about himself as a player and his attributes. He said, me as a player, I'm ambitious on the pitch, I work hard for the team, I score goals, I leave it out there, I love winning, so hopefully we can win a few things together. That's what I'm going to bring, that fighting spirit. I would say my attributes are movement, goals, hard work and link-up play, so hopefully I can bring all of that together at Tottenham. Now on Saturday, Spurs lost 3-2 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against German side Bayern Munich in the Visit Malta Cup. Now Ange after the game said it was a little bit of a mixed bag, some good stuff, some not so good stuff, some meaningful minutes for guys who have just come back, which is important for us, for them to get at least 45 minutes into some of those guys. It was good to get Romero, Van der Ven and Bentancur some game time. Destiny Udogie as well, he's missed a lot of football. We've had only a week of training, Destiny a bit longer, but this being the only game that they've had, we felt it was important for them to get at least 45 minutes. Postecoglou, speaking about pre-season overall, he said it's been good in terms of the work that we have done and the players that we have had. It's always a bit disjointed until you have everyone together, and this is the first week that we have had everyone in, but in general they are in good physical condition, which I think is the main thing, and it will have a knock-on. We don't have any injuries. Hopefully we've got through today okay. In terms of injuries, hopefully we have a whole fit squad for the first game, because once the games start we're going to need the full squad. So from that point of view, it has been positive. Ange Postecoglou then went on to say, I think the foundations we put in place last year gives us the opportunity to kick on, and now we've just got to push the players and they have to push themselves to the next level, because we had an okay season last year. But we know we want to go another level and bring success to this football club, and that's going to require us being better than we are. On Sunday evening, many pictures and videos were posted on social media of Spurs right back Emerson Royal arriving in Milan at Milan Airport ahead of his move to AC Milan. An official announcement is expected sometime on Monday. Now on Sunday evening and Monday morning, all of the main media outlets have covered this story. This one is from BBC Sport. Tottenham Hotspur's Bissouma has apologised for a severe lack of judgment after footage emerged appearing to show the midfielder inhaling laughing gas. The 27-year-old posted a video of himself on social media on Saturday, which showed himself inhaling from a balloon. Possession of laughing gas for recreational use has been a criminal offence in the UK since 2023 and can result in a 2-year prison sentence. Bissouma said, "I want to apologise for these videos. This was a severe lack of judgment. I understand how serious this is and the health risks involved, and I also take my responsibility as a footballer and role model very seriously." Bissouma, who joined Spurs from Brighton for £30 million in 2022, had played 45 minutes in Tottenham's friendly defeat against Bayern Munich earlier on Saturday afternoon. Now, Tottenham Hotspur spokesperson said, "We are looking into the events. This will be dealt with as an internal matter." Now, Tottenham's 2024-2025 Premier League campaign begins with a trip to newly promoted Leicester on Monday, the 19th of August. Sky Sports journalist Michael Bridge has been asked the question, will Spurs sign another attacking player in the next 18 days before the window closes? He said, "I certainly wouldn't rule it out. Of course, they have just signed Timo Werner on loan. They have Brennan Johnson, Kulusevski, Heung-min Son, who can also play as a striker or as a wide player. I wouldn't completely rule it out. I don't think anything will happen in the next week or so, but it could be something for later on in the window." Ange Postecoglou has issued an injury update on Richarlison and Forster. He said Richie and Fraser got back into training. Both had a good block of training. With another week's training before the start of the season, hopefully, they will be in a good place. Everyone else has had a pretty good pre-season. Gary Lineker and Alan Shearer have given their verdict on Spurs signing Dominic Solanke. Lineker said Solanke to Spurs is an interesting signing for Tottenham. He had a brilliant season last year. That could pay off. Shearer said he had a brilliant season and that was definitely an area where Spurs have had to strengthen. I think he will do well for them there. And finally, the new Premier League season for Spurs starts now in exactly 1 week when we face Leicester City away on Monday, the 19th of August. The transfer window remains open for another 18 days and the Europa League draw also takes place on that day, deadline day, on the 30th of August. Now, my thoughts on everything in this episode. Let's start by talking about the signing of Dominic Solanke. Of course, it was officially announced on Saturday. He was then at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium being unveiled as a brand new signing on the pitch with Archie Gray and Lucas Bergvall. A great moment for him. Now, Dominic Solanke speaks so well, and of course, you know, Ange Postecoglou has said this is exactly the type of player. This is exactly the player that he wanted. That's very, very important for the future of this football club, that Ange Postecoglou is getting the players that he wants, that he believes are great for his system, that he believes that are going to do a great job in this system and in this team and in this squad. It is great as well also to have a proper number 9 in this system, in this team. I cannot wait now to see Dominic Solanke in a Spurs shirt. Now, would Dominic Solanke have been my choice? No. Would he have been the choice or the first choice of many, many Spurs fans? No. But of course, I'm going to get behind him. Anyone who wears that Spurs shirt, I'll get behind them and cheer for them and want them to do well. So he had a great season at Bournemouth last year. 19 Premier League goals in 38 Premier League games. And no disrespect to Bournemouth, they weren't one of the top teams in the division last season. And he still managed to, with the ratio of 1 goal every 2 games in the Premier League, and that is some going. Of course, he has struggled at various other clubs, at Liverpool and at Chelsea. But let's go on last season. And I think if the players, the wide players, are giving Dominic Solanke great service, he can score a hatful of goals for us this coming season. Now, Sky Sports journalist Michael Bridge, on Tottenham possibly signing another attacking player. He has come out and said that perhaps it could happen later on in the window. He wouldn't expect anything to happen this week. Now, of course, there is 18 days left of the transfer window. Personally, I'm hoping, and I think a lot of Spurs fans are hoping the same, that we will still get a few players over the line. I think we certainly need another few options, certainly in that attacking area. Yes, we do have a number of good players in that attacking area, but we need more options, I feel. You know, we're going to be playing in the Europa League. Hopefully we will go far in that competition. Hopefully we can go a lot further than we did in the FA Cup and League Cup as well. So hopefully there will be a lot of game time or opportunities for players, including the young players as well. Ange Postecoglou has come out and said that the players need to push themselves. I completely agree. If the players push themselves, they push each other, with a couple of newer signings in as well, a couple of new additions in as well, I think the Spurs will be in a good place. However, the set piece situation again on Saturday, I think worried a lot of Spurs fans because it was very, very similar to last year. And when you think back to last season, how we finished the season, I know people are going to be shouting now saying, yeah, but at that point Romero and Van der Ven, you know, they weren't on the pitch. But the principles, the way that we play should be exactly the same no matter who is in the team. So that is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how well Spurs start the 2024-2025 Premier League campaign. We need to get off to a flying start. We need to get off to a winning start, in my opinion. Our first game is away at Leicester in just 1 week time. You know, how fast has it all gone? You know, the season is just around the corner. So, yes, it's going to be an interesting one. And as I said, the transfer window is open for another 18 days. The Europa League draw takes place in 18 days. Really looking forward to that, seeing who Spurs will be playing in Europe. That, of course, is a different format again. We play 8 different teams, 4 at home, 4 away. Yves Bissouma, I really don't know what to say about this. Really, really disappointing. He is a role model for a lot of people around the world, a lot of Spurs fans around the world. A role model. He is a footballer. You should not be doing things like this. A severe lack of judgment. I think that is a complete understatement. Tottenham Hotspur have stated that they will be dealing with this internally. But yeah, extremely disappointing to see someone like that doing that, particularly straight after he has played and put on that Spurs shirt against Bayern Munich on Saturday. So extremely disappointing, and let's see how Tottenham Hotspur deal with that. But trying to keep this on a positive note, you know, it was nice to see Spurs back on Saturday. We did face an extremely difficult team in Bayern Munich. It was nice to see Harry Kane and Eric Dyer return to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, although very weird. Very weird. When Harry Kane got off the bench, I was literally just behind. I was sat just behind the dugouts, and to see Harry Kane come on and have a couple of shots against us, it would have been interesting to see what he would have done if he had scored against us, or how he would have celebrated. But it was still like he was a Spurs player. It was a really, really weird situation. And for those of you that were at the game and stayed behind after the final whistle to see Bayern Munich lift that trophy, the Malta Cup, and to see Harry Kane walk around like he always used to in a Spurs shirt, did the lap, clapping the fans, applauding the fans, waving to people in the crowd. It was strange. It was really, really strange. But having said that, you know, I'm a big Harry Kane fan. He didn't win anything at Bayern Munich last season, so wishing him all of the very best. And it was also interesting to see Eric Dyer go round to, you know, all of his ex-teammates and all of the coaching staff and everyone connected with the club. He went round, put himself out, and shook hands with everyone, hugged everyone, and caught up with them. So yeah, it was strange seeing the pair of them, in particular Harry Kane, you know, wearing that red shirt for Bayern Munich. But yeah, as I say, wishing them all of the very best. But it's all about Tottenham this season. It's not about Bayern Munich. It's all about Tottenham, and hopefully we can have a successful season. I was asked a question actually the other day: would you take Spurs finishing 10th and winning the Europa League? I tell you what an interesting question, because if that was the case, Spurs would be in the Champions League. You know, that is your prize. You win the trophy, and of course you get the place in the Champions League. So I'd probably take that. I think the Spurs desperately need a trophy. Hopefully Ange Postecoglou is the man. But as I said, hopefully we can get a couple more signings in over the line before the 30th of August deadline. And then hopefully it will be a very, very interesting and successful season for Tottenham Hotspur. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you listen to this on an audio platform, please hit the follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week, stay safe and well, and come on you Spurs.